So this is actually a full-fledged question based upon that is a pro rata allotment and forfeiture. Okay, so here we will be seeing from the very beginning till reissue or till transferring up to the capital reserve, like what all the accounting treatment we are supposed to do with reference to this very particular question. Okay, so therefore let's understand the concept even more clearly through this very particular question. So this question says that the company invited applications for issuing 1 lakh equity shares of rupees 10 each. So children, here it basically means that X Limited invited applications means actually the company is able to sell or the company is able to issue how much equity number of the shares? That is 1 lakh equity shares. And what is the basic face value of this particular shares? It is 10 each. 10 each is its basic face value. And that is at par. It's actually at par. So there is no complication that you're supposed to do in case of the journal entry because the case is simple. That is these shares are issued at par. So therefore the amount was payable as follows. It's given that the amount was payable as follows. On application it's given as how much? It's 3. On allotment, it's 4. And on first and final call, 3. That means there are 3 installments being made. One is an application installment, second is allotment installment, and the third comes is here. That is the first and final call. So whenever we get actually the installment and the specific amount allotted to that installment. So let's check whether the total of these installments is equal to that of what? Equal to that of this basic face value. So 3 plus 4 plus 3, that is actually how much? 10. So that means this whole face value of rupees 10 is entirely being covered properly there in the installments. Now the question says the issue was oversubscribed by 3 times. Okay children, so oversubscribed means the company received the applications more than what is required or more than what it wants to sell it for. This is what we call it as the issue was oversubscribed by 3 times. The applications for 20% shares were refunded, and the question says that out of the extra applications which were being received, out of that actually the 20% shares, so total out of the application received were returned or it's refunded to the shareholders because actually the company can't allow that is actually or the company can't prefer for issuing the shares beyond a certain limit. That's why. No, and you can say this thing that the allotment was made to the remaining applicants as follows. Some of the excess applications was accepted by the company, so therefore the company decides to allot them the shares like this. So it has been divided into two categories. The category number 1 applied is 1,60,000 and allotted is 80,000. That means the company received, in case of the category number 1, the company received applications for 1,60,000 shares, but it allotted to them only how much? 80,000 shares. So how much is the excess that you can find it over here? So excess that we can find it over here is of how much? 80,000. Okay, you can see it here. See, the shareholders wanted 1,60,000, but the allotted number of the shares is how much? 80,000. So therefore what is actually the excess application money received by them? It is received by them is therefore that is only for 80,000. Okay, and next for the category number 2, here it comes is 80,000 means the shareholders applied for 80,000 shares, but the company gave them only how much? That is the 20,000 shares as allotted. Okay, this is the category number 2. Here it comes, and further it says that if any excess money is there, so the company decided this thing that it will be adjusted in the allotment and calls of the consecutive shareholders. Okay, so all the amount was duly received in case of the shareholder. So all these things were okay, but there is one clause here, all the amount due on the installments were properly and finally been received. But in case of one shareholder, that shareholder is having 320 shares. Okay, the shareholder is actually, you can say this thing that 320 shares, and that is true. Here it's been given actually this particular shareholder has applied for 320 shares. Let's add one clause over here that this shareholder has applied for how much? 320 shares belonging to category number 1. Did not pay what? Did not pay the first and final call. Means we can see there is a calls and arrears in this very particular case. So we will see like further when we will be doing in a question how to deal with this case, what to do when a shareholder is applying for certain category of the shares and that particular shareholder is not paying some installments. Okay, now the last question says that I mean, you know, this 320 shareholders, the shareholder has applied for 320 shares. His shares were forfeited and finally it has been reissued at rupees 15 per share. Finally, it has been reissued what at rupees 15 per share, fully paid up. Okay, so these shares after the forfeiture were being reissued, and when it's been reissued, you know, so therefore actually you can say this thing that how much rate it has been reissued again in the market, that is 15 per share. Okay, so this is actually a full-fledged question. Now student, actually before proceeding with the question, I mean, you know, before proceeding with the solution of the question, we need to do the working in a stepwise sequence. So first important thing what we are supposed to do is, let's prepare a statement of allotment. Okay, let's prepare a statement of allotment to find out whether this number of the application received and the allotted number of the shares, where is it matching as per the cases and the criteria which is given to us in the question or not. Okay, so first I am making here is what I am making here is, before doing any working or to have a clarity of the working, I am doing here is what I am preparing the statement of allotment. Okay children, what I am preparing here is statement of allotment. Now statement of allotment tells me like actually what is, you know, the totally application received and applied properly, you know, that is as per the total number which is being given and how much is being returned here. Okay, so first let's find out what is actually the number of the shares which is refunded. So you can see it here, it's been given applications for 20,000 shares were refunded, means out of the total applications which is received, 20% has to be refunded. So how many applications we have received? You can see it here, it's been given here. The issue was oversubscribed by 3 times. How to calculate then the total applications received? So the applications received will be calculated like this. How it will be calculated? See, the originally the company issued how much number of the shares? 1 lakh into, you can say this thing that 3 times means that is the total application received is how much? That is 3 lakhs. Okay children, is it clear? The total application received here is how much? That is 3 lakhs. Okay, so let's prepare a statement of allotment by creating two categories. One is the applied number and another one here it comes is what? That is the allotted number. Okay, so children, the applied means what is actually the total number of the application received. So therefore I have written it on the top because I need to, you know, check that the categories which is given to me, is that total of that categories is coming equal to that of this 3 lakhs or not. Okay, so therefore applied stands for what? That is application received. So therefore application received, whether it is equal to that of the 3 lakhs, should come automatically equal to that of the 3 lakh. Allotted stands for what? That is issued, means, you know, how much that the company wants actually to, that is sell there in the market, is what we call it as issued. Okay, issued and allotted is one and the same thing. So how much that the company wants to sell there in the market? That is, it's clearly given in the question, it is 1 lakh. Okay, so issued number of the shares is how much here? The issued number of the shares comes over here is 1 lakh. Okay, now let's prepare actually the statement of the allotment. So the first we will find out of the 3 lakh how much is the amount or how much number of the shares were refunded. So question clearly says the 20% of the application received. That means 3 lakhs into 20 upon 100. So it's going to be as how much? 60,000. Okay. So hence it means that is the 60,000 is refunded as per the information in the question. It means that is actually a shareholder has applied for 60,000 shares, were not allotted with anything. Got it here? That's why it is refund. So I'll write down over here nil. That means a shareholder has applied for 60,000 shares and the company did not give anything to him. Got it here? So therefore that means that is the company has refunded his entire whole amount. So that's why I have written here as for 60,000, what is the allotment? Nil. Whenever the case of the nil it is there, that means no amount of such shareholder is with us. Hence it has to be returned or refunded. So 60,000 nil means, that means this 60,000 number of the shares has to be returned back to the shareholders. Okay, now you can see here further that is actually there are two categories are being given. Let's actually put this categories over here. So the first is what we can say it here is category number 1. It says that 1,60,000 shares were applied, and you know the allotted number of the shares is how much? 80,000. Okay, 1,60,000 shares were applied and the allotted number of the shares is how much? 80,000. Okay, so children, now second here it comes is what? That is actually it says a shareholder has applied for 80,000 shares were being allotted with 20,000 shares. Okay, so now let's do the total of here and let's find out whether this categories and its total is coming equal to that of the application received or not. See, 60,000 plus 1,60,000. So it's going to be 2,20,000. 2,20,000 plus 80,000. It's going to be here as how much? 3 lakhs. That means all the necessary, you know, information relating to the applied number of the shares we have kind of covered. There's nothing as such is left. That's the reason, you know, the total of this 3 is coming equal to that of the total application received, that is 3 lakh. Now, you know, now this allotted, you know, the maximum allotted number of the shares is how much? 1 lakh. So we have allotted this as per the information given in the question. Let us check whether the total is coming equal to that of this allotted number of the shares or issued number of the shares, that is 1 lakh. So 80,000 plus 20,000, it's equal to that of 1 lakh. That means here also nothing is being, you know, that is hidden or nothing is left over here. Okay, so hence actually our statement of allotment is complete. Now let's do the working based upon the statement of allotment to find out how much extra amount that the company has received and how this extra amount has to be adjusted. So the first category, it is clear, like I mean, you know, that is it has to be refunded. We have seen already. In case of this category, you know, in case of this particular category, as per the question, it is the category number 1. It says that a shareholder has applied for 1,60,000 shares, you know, but company has allotted him 80,000 only. So children, the very important thing here it comes is, in this very particular category, we can find we are having the excess application amount for the extra 80,000 shares. You can see it here, 1,60,000 minus 80, that is 80,000. You can see it here, that's actually, you know, the difference you're going to get it over here, you know, that is extra. The shareholder wanted 1,60,000 but the company is giving only 80,000. So you can find it here. So the 80,000 shares, that's the difference between the two. For that, you know, the company has already received the application installments, because see, in case of the shares, if we talk about, actually if you wanted even for to apply, you know, it's must and mandatory that you should pay the application installment. So it is actually a fact that we need to keep it in our mind that for this 1,60,000 rupees, you know, the company has already received the application installment. The other installment that the company won't be like actually, or I'm sorry, the shareholders won't be paying it here. The reason is because the shareholders will be just waiting to see whether they are being allotted with the shares. If they have been allotted with the shares, so definitely, you know, they will be paying for the further installments like allotment, first call, etc. So here in this situation, 1,60,000 is the value of what? Value of the application received, but out of that the company decided to pay them only how much? 80,000 shares. Okay, so that means for extra 80,000 shares, we are having our application money. I mean, we are having their application money. So instead of, you know, in this category, the company has given some allotment also to 80,000. Got it here? This is what it says here. So instead of actually, you know, returning their amount back and calling them again later. So once the whole amount which is received by the company, what the company will be deciding, you know, the company will be trying to settle it in the coming installments. Okay, so this is what we call it as, you know, adjustment done on the basis of the pro rata allotment. Okay, did you get the thing here, children? What's actually the main thing here it comes? It's similar to just like that of, for example, you know, that you have paid like actually your whole 11th class school fees. Got it here? You know, it includes some of the extra amount as well. Okay, that means you know, like suppose if your 11th class fees is for just 60,000 rupees per annum. Okay, let us assume. Got it? But you paid 70,000. So school authorities are saying, I mean, it's an understood thing that you will be continuing your 12th in the same school only. So therefore, when actually, you know, that is instead of returning 10,000 to you, got it, instead of returning the 10,000 extra, 60,000 is the fees, you paid 70,000. We will adjust your 10,000 in the 12th class fees. Okay, same situation is happening over here. 80,000 shares, it's extra application money being received. So the company will be doing what? The company will be actually adjusting that extra application money received on 80,000 shares in the coming installments. Okay, so that's what it's been done, rather refunding and then calling it again and etc. Okay, so this is what actually this entire whole system, you know, we are doing it here is what we call it as a pro rata allotment. Okay, so we can find it here as actually some excess amount is included, because you can find applied is not equal to allotted. If applied is equal to allotted, so it means no adjustment or no proportionate allotment, nothing is required, because whatever the company applied, it's the allotted is the same. So therefore the question becomes very simple. Here also you can find it here, you know, there is some excess number of the shares being lying over here, like how the shareholders are applied for 80,000 shares, but the company pay allotted like actually how much here, 20,000 shares. So it means you can find there is an excess of how much, 60,000 shares. So it's an understood thing that for this excess of 60,000 shares, already the application money has been received. Okay, already the application money has been received, and which has to be adjusted in the coming installments. So now we will see how to adjust this extra amount which is received in the coming installments. Okay, that's what we are going to discuss here. So I'm picking up this particular first category first. Okay, so you'll come to know about it. So I am preparing, that is an adjustment working just for this very purpose, how to adjust actually the extra amount received on application in the coming installments. So the category that I have taken is the first category. You can see it here for 1,60,000, you know, that is applied, allotted is how much, 80,000. So let us check here for application, how much actually, you know, the amount would have been received. So application, the amount received would have been how much, 1,60,000 into, what is the application installment given in the question here? It's given here as 3. Let's take this 3 here. Okay, so therefore it means 1,60,000 into 3 stands for how much? That is 4,80,000 rupees is there with the company. Okay, how much? That is 4,80,000 rupees. 4,80,000 rupees is there with the company. Got it here? Now, after that, but you know, the company can take up the amount only to what extent? That is only up to the 80,000. Okay, so therefore the required application money is just only for 80,000. The reason is because the company is allotting only 80,000. So how much is the, you know, that is how much will be the required value we will be getting here? That is actually the required value comes over here is how much? That is actually 2,40,000. Okay, children. So 2,40,000. So how much is extra? 4,80,000 minus 2,40,000. So therefore the extra amount you can have here, or you can see here, is how much? That is 2,40,000 is the extra and the excess value. Got it here? Now the next thing here it comes is, what does the question says? The question says that extra amount received will be adjusted in allotment and calls. Okay, so therefore let's check how much extra amount we can carry forward to the allotment. Okay, as per our ability, I mean, you know, as per our required criteria. So this is the allotment installment. Let us see, in a allotment also we can accept only up to 80,000. Okay, 80,000 into allotment installment is 4. Okay, you can see it here, it's 4. So 80,000 into 4 is how much? We require, as per 80,000 shares, that the shareholder has to pay how much? That is 3,20,000. Got it here? And the extra amount which we received already in advance with us is how much? That is 2,40,000. Okay, so children, so you can find it here. We are having 2,40,000. Okay, the old amount, you know, the previous amount which received in advance, and the requirement as per the allotment is how much? 3,20,000. That means the shareholder has to pay even more amount. Got it here? The shareholder has to pay even more. So you can see it here, like actually, you know, that is the old amount, or you can say that the amount received in advance earlier is how much? 2,40,000. Okay, so in case of an allotment, the shareholder has to bring how much? 3,20,000 minus 2,40,000 only. The share, okay, got it here. So therefore, like actually the in the question we need how much amount we are adjusting in allotment. Okay, so how much amount we are adjusting in allotment here? 2,40,000. Adjusting means actually what was the previous balance we are having. That's what we call it as adjustment over here. Okay, what was the previous amount which we have received earlier in advance. That's what we call it as adjustment. So 2,40,000 is the remaining value which we have received earlier, or remaining amount which we have received earlier. So hence the amount I'm writing down here, hence the amount adjusted in allotment, okay, as per the category number 1 is how much? 2,40,000. Okay children, how much is the amount adjusted in allotment as per this category number 1? It is 2,40,000. Okay, that's what we identify. We cannot check it as for the call and etc., because we are not left with the sufficient amount. If you deduct it, you'll get the answer in minus. Minus stands for you're not having any previous or the old balance to carry forward it to the calls. That's the reason we won't be doing the working further over here. Okay, now the second category also, you can see there is one excess second category as well. This 80 and 20,000. Let's do the adjustment for this also in a similar way like we did it already. Okay, in a similar way like we did it already. Okay, so I am taking up this very particular category over here. This is for 80,000 and dash, that means 20,000. So it stands for, like, this stands for what? This stands for a shareholder has applied for how much? 80,000 shares, but allotted with how much? That is 20,000 only. So let me find out on application how much amount that I would have been received. For the application, I would have been received how much? 80,000 into application installment is again 3. So this means that I have received here is how much? 2,40,000. Okay children, that is actually 2,40,000 rupees I have already received for 80,000 shares, and you know that it's compulsory for all the shareholders to pay the application installment. Okay, but the requirement is only up to 20,000. Okay, whatever the allotted number of the shares is there, the company can take only the amount just for the allotted only. It's simply just like that. Actually, whatever the commodities you are buying from the market, okay, you will be paying, that is after sale services, or you will be giving the after sale services for that particular commodity, or only for that particular commodity which are being bought by, or you can say this thing that which has been actually that is sold by the company. Got it here? The same situation here, it also comes here. So therefore the company can only accept the amount that is for the allotted number of the shares only. Okay, so therefore 20,000 into 3, we will have it here as 60,000. Got it here? So we will have extra, you can find it here as how much? 1,80,000. You can find out the excess over here. Got it? Requirement is up to 60,000, but we are having the amount of 2,40,000. So extra we are having here is how much? That is 1,80,000. So next year it comes as for the allotment. Okay, in case of an allotment, you can find it here 20,000 into 4. Okay, we will be continuing with the allotted number of the shares only here further. Remember children, okay? So because that is the limit. So for the allotment, the company needs 80,000, but we do have this particular shareholder's previous amount. We do have this particular shareholder's old amount with us. That is how much? 1,80,000 already. So out of that 1,80,000, 80,000 is the requirement of the company right now, or it's the present need. So how much still remaining? You can find it here. Still the excess comes over here is how much? It is 1 lakh. So in allotment installment, how much amount we can adjust in allotment, or out of 1,80,000, we can't put the whole 1,80,000 there in the allotment installment. There is certain limitation and the criteria that how much amount has to be put in the allotment installment. For this very purpose, we are doing this working note. Okay, so therefore in the allotment, actually we can adjust out of the extra amount only 80,000. So amount adjusted in allotment here comes as how much? Like in the previous case, it is how much? It's 2,40,000, and here it is how much amount adjusted in allotment here in this particular case comes over here is 80,000. Okay, still you can find it here, we're getting the answer in plus. That means actually you can see still we are having 1 lakh extra. So the question says that after making the adjustment in allotment, still if extra amount is there, that has to be adjusted in the calls. So let us go for the call now. So first and final call, this is the only installment which is remaining with us. Okay, so therefore first and final call, same for the 20,000 shares. How much is the requirement? We are having it here. We are having the requirement of how much? Again, because the calls installment value is 3. Okay, so therefore 20,000 to 3, still we need how much? 60,000. Okay, still we need here as how much? That is 60,000. Okay, so still extra amount, the previous amount received in advance is 1 lakh with us, and the requirement as per the allotted number of the shares is 60,000. Still extra is how much, children? So extra how much here is, that is 40,000 is still extra. Got it here? So what is the amount we can adjust in the call? We can't adjust the entire whole 1 lakh in the call. We can only adjust up to how much? That is only adjust up to the 60,000 in calls. Okay, because that's the limit. So hence actually if this person is not paying the call, then also it's okay. The reason is because his amount we are having, that is a huge amount with us, which we have received on behalf of this very particular person. Okay, so now see, 60,000 out of that we have taken up for the call. So 60,000 we have taken, so we can write down here in calls amount adjusted in first call. How much? That is 60,000. Still children, you can see here rupees 40,000 is still remaining. Okay children, you can see it here. Again rupees 40,000 is still remaining. Now what to do with this 40,000? Because there are no more further installment to adjust. In such a situation, even after doing the adjustment in the installment, still if the amount remains, okay, so this amount has to be done what? It has to be returned or refunded. Okay, so children, remember this. This has to be returned or refunded. Okay, so this is actually the basic working note relating to the statement of allotment we have seen. Okay, this is the basic working note relating to the statement of allotment. We have seen it here. Now the important thing comes over here is passing the journal entries. Okay, so this working we have to actually incorporate with that of the journal. That's what we are going to see it here. So after doing this entire whole working, let's identify, what is the total amount to be adjusted in the allotment. See children, so I'm going to write down over here, that is the total amount adjusted in allotment installment. Okay, what is the total amount adjusted in the allotment installment comes over here? It is actually how much? In the first category 2,40,000 we have written here, and in the second category it is 80,000. So all together 2,40,000 plus 80,000, it's going to be as how much? 3,20,000 is the total amount adjusted in allotment. Okay, this is the amount we will be doing using in the journal entry. Remember children, because in the journal entry when we are doing it, we are doing it for the consolidated value of the number of the application received and issued. Okay, we won't be doing it in the the fragment parts like that of a category. All these categories being clumped together, then it makes what? That is the 3 lakh and the 1 lakh. So when we are doing the journal entry, we are doing it by keeping these two things in the brain, not these categories. Remember, okay, because actually it's very same to that. Like actually there are 3,000 students approximately in our school, so we can't keep actually each and every student record in much detail. Got it here? We can't show it in the balance sheet each and every student's name and its detail. So instead what we'll be doing, collectively the amount received by the 3,000 students, their fees, and based upon that we'll be doing the adjustment. Similarly the same thing happens here also. There may be the number of many, you can say that there may be n number of the shareholders which will the company will be having. So all the shareholders amount brought together, then after that it's showed in the books of the account. So that's what we can, though we are having the different categories, we will be doing its adjustments and it working separately, but while doing the journal entry, we will be taking up their total number. Okay, that's the reason it's required that we need to add it. What all the categories we are doing it, their adjusted amounts needs to be added. Okay, so the total amount adjusted in allotment is 2,40,000 plus 80,000. It's going to be here as how much? 3,20,000. And the next thing here it comes is what? You can see it here in one of the category. We are adjusting it in the calls as well. So the total amount adjusted. Okay, the total amount adjusted in first call. In the first category, there is no adjustment, nothing as such has been left. You can see it here. In this very particular category, you can see 60,000 is the amount which is adjusted in the first call. So I'll write down the total amount adjusted in the first call is how much? That is, actually you can see it here, 60,000. Okay, 60,000 is the value or the amount which we have adjusted there in case of the first call. Okay, now this is the working we have done it here. Okay, so the amount adjusted in allotment 3,20,000 and amount adjusted in the first call is how much? 60,000. Now we will be doing the journal entry based upon this working what we have done over here. Okay, so the next is, let's do the journal entry based upon this very particular working what we have done it. Then we will see the further working also based upon that. So my dear students, here we are with actually the journal entries of this very particular question. The working we have already seen it here. Okay, so the first journal entry we will be doing it here is that is for the total application amount which is received by the company. So as we have seen it here, that is the issued number of the shares is 1 lakh and the question says that the issue was oversubscribed by 3 times. So hence we have already calculated that the total application received by the company is how much? That is 1 lakh into 3, it's going to be 3 lakhs. So that's what I have written here as 3 lakhs. Okay, so the 3 lakhs is the total number of the shares. So multiplied it with that of the installments. How much value we will be having? 3 lakh into 3 multiplied it with that of the installment. Here it comes as 9 lakhs. 9 lakhs will be the total value. Okay, now the next after that here it comes is, though the company has received an extra amount, but you know that the requirement and the limit of the company, that is actually that is what the number of the issued shares which is mentioned here. It's been given here. That's how much? That is 1 lakh. So as per the rule, as per the SEBI guidelines, it says that whatever the number of the issued shares which is mentioned in the prospectus of the company, beyond that the company cannot retain even a single penny out of that. Got it here? So hence it means that whatever the amount, that even if the extra company is receiving, the company has to do a kind of an adjustment. So therefore either it has to take it to the calls or in the further installments properly, or if still extra amount, if it remains, that the company has to return it. So therefore, as per the requirement, if we talk about, though the company has received the share applications for rupees 9 lakhs, but it can only retain the amount only up to its issued number of the shares, and the issued number of the shares here it comes is how much? That is 1 lakh. So therefore the limit and the limitation is up to how much? That is actually here, that is up to 1 lakh. So let's write down here is, that is share application account debit, then to share capital. So as per the required issued number, we are supposed to transfer it to the share capital. And children, you know that the issued number of the shares in the question is 1 lakh. 1 lakh into 3 we are supposed to do. Hence actually, in front of the share capital, the company value or the issued number of the shares in amount is to be how much? 3 lakhs. So in front of the share capital we are supposed to write down how much here? That is 3 lakhs. Okay, so now the next thing here, you can see it here, some extra amount already we have seen it in the previous working. Extra amount to be adjusted in allotment is mentioned as 3,20,000. The amount adjusted in the call is mentioned as how much? That is 60,000. We have seen in the previous working here. So it means that these adjustments and this refund and everything has to be done in the application installments. So you can pass a journal entry for that. Share application to share allotment stating that extra amount adjusted in allotment. Even for the call you can pass a journal entry. Share application to share first call, that is actually for the extra amount of the calls. But instead of doing separate journal entries, because share application is common everywhere, I will prefer to do it in this very particular second journal entry. So that's the reason I'll be writing over here is what? To share allotment. The reason why allotment has been credited over here, because we can see some amount we are adjusting allotment. The next year it comes is to share first call. Reason why the first call has been written over here, because you can see rupees 60,000 is adjusted in the first call as well. Okay, then here comes is what, that is to bank. Why I have written the bank over here, because you know the sum of the amount extra still with us has to be returned or refunded. Okay, so therefore the first category is 20,000 shares. We have seen already 60,000. Got it here? 60,000 into 3. That is 1,80,000 to be refunded according to the statement of allotment earlier which we have seen. And the next year it comes as we have seen that in the second category working, if you remember, you know, the previously, so some still 40,000 amount is still remaining which has to be refunded. That we will be writing over it here. Okay, so let's write down two share allotments value, how much it is. It's going to be 3,20,000. We have already calculated. Share first call going to be 60,000, and how much amount is to be refunded. I'm just showing the working note again over here. 60,000 to 3, it is 1,80,000. And do you remember, children, in the category number 2, you know, already the amount of the refund, you know, after making the adjustment in the first call, it's how much? 40,000. So all together it's coming over here is how much? 2,20,000. Okay, all together here it coming how much here? That is 2,20,000. Okay, so the children, the next thing here it comes is what? Let's do the total of this. It should automatically be equal to that of the application received. If it comes equal to that of the application received, it means that whatever the working you have done, it's correct. Okay, this is a way to rectify, you know, like whether we are going correctly or not, whether you know, the adjustments and the working what we are doing, it's correct or not. So 3 lakhs plus 3,20,000 plus 60,000 plus 2,20,000. If we'll add it all together, hence we will be getting the value here. How much? That is 9 lakhs. Okay, hence we will be getting the value here is how much? 9 lakhs. Okay, 3 lakhs plus 3,20,000, 6,20,000 plus 80, 6,80,000. Then after that, the next year it comes is 8,80,000 plus 20, that's 9 lakh. Okay, so this is the two journal entry we have passed. Now the next year it comes, as children, as per the sequence we know it, application installment is over. The next we are supposed to pass the journal entry for the allotment. So here comes, the first is the due entry for the allotment, you know it, we have already seen. So that is share allotment account debit to share capital. Okay, share allotment account debit to share capital. Got it here? This is actually, you know, we will be passing the journal entry for this very particular part. So share allotment means, you know, we are supposed to multiply with that of the issued only, because issued number is the shares which is retained by the company, and you know, the company will be carrying forward its accounting treatment with the issued number of the shares only. Hence here it comes, what is the issued number of the shares in the question? You know it very well, 1 lakh into your allotment installment. Allotment installment is how much? That is 4. So 1 lakh into 4. So I am going to write down here is how much? That is 4 lakhs and 4 lakhs. So therefore this is what the narration for this will be, what? Being allotment money made due. Next after that we need to do the journal entry for the allotment money received. You know, there is some adjustment also. Adjustment means some extra amount already before allotment we have received. So that adjustment also, with that we need to do it over here. So the next journal entry here we will be having here is bank account debit, you know, that is to share allotment. Okay children, the bank account debit to share allotment. We have written it here, bank account debit to share allotment. So what is the actually the total allotment amount which we are supposed to receive? 4 lakhs. Got it? We are supposed to receive 4 lakhs, but you know children, we have already seen here already the previous amount or the extra amount which we have received here is how much? 3,20,000. Okay, extra amount we received here is how much? That is 3,20,000. So 4 lakhs minus 3,20,000. It basically means in allotment requirement is of 4 lakhs. Already we had 3,20,000 rupees being received earlier. So how much we will be calling an allotment? It's only 80,000. Okay, this is how the amount will be calculated. Coincidentally in this question there is no calls in areas, so therefore, you know, So that particular part of the working is exempted from being over here. Okay, so the journal entry here it comes as what? That is actually bank account debit to share allotment. The narration for that it will be being allotment money received. So how much finally we are going to receive here? Only 80,000 and only 80,000. Remember this. Okay, now the next thing here it comes is that is for the calls. Okay, the next thing comes here is what? You can say this thing that is for the first call. But actually children, you can see one condition mentioned in the question here it comes is there is a calls in arrears in the first call. Okay, so there is a calls in arrears there in the first call. So according to that there will be that is actually some slight twist you will see. I mean, we need to include even more something in the working for this very part, that is in order to calculate the calls in arrears. Okay, so now let's do the working, then we can do the journal entry for what? That is for the calls in arrears. So the entry number 5 is going to be what? That is for the share first call due and received, including the case for the calls in arrears. So before that we will be doing actually the working for the calls in arrears. So I mean, why there is a need for you can say this thing that for the working of the calls in arrears, the basic reason is because the question says that all the amount was received except in case of a shareholder who had applied for, okay, can you see this word children, applied, who had applied for 320 shares. So applied basically means that the shareholder wanted 320 shares, but originally you can see it here that the company is not willing to give the 320. So the main thing here it comes is we need to find out if the shareholders had applied this 320 shares, okay, and moreover he belongs to which particular category? He belongs to category number 1. Okay, he belongs to which particular category? He belongs to the category number 1. Got it here, isn't it? So let's find out what is originally its allotted number of the shares. For this very purpose, we will be using a formula which is already calculated or created according to the unitary method. So therefore, as it's clear that this particular shareholder belongs to this particular category. Okay, so let's do use a formula actually just for the proportionate allotment here. Here it comes is we need to find out, as applied is given, so it becomes mandatory that we will be calculating the allotted. And if the question is silent about and the question does not say, simply the question says the shareholder had 320 shares, did not pay the first and final call. So in such a situation, if the question is silent about, we will assume that you are being given with the allotted number of the shares. Okay, and allotted it's being given, that means it's allotted by the company, so you need not to bother about anything. You can directly multiply the number of the shares into installment and you can calculate the calls in arrears. But whenever the question gives you the applied, so therefore it's a problem. It's a problem means it means this is the willingness of the shareholder. The shareholder wants to buy this much, but we are not given with any information whether the company is allotting him or whether the company has allotted the amount as per his requirement or not. So here in this situation we need to find out the allotted number of the shares. So I'll write down here is allotted number of shares I have to calculate. For this very purpose I will use one small formula, and this small formula here is what? That is allotted upon applied, okay, into defaulter shares. Okay, allotted upon applied into defaulter shares. Allotted basically means what? Like actually if it's belonging to this very particular category, it means that how much number of the shares that the company has allotted, and it's how much? 80,000. So the company has allotted how much number of the shares? 80,000. Applied means how much number of the shares actually that is this person wants from the company. That is how much? That's applied, 1,60,000. Okay, so therefore why we are keeping up this particular category over here? Because it's mentioned in the question, and moreover we just need to calculate the proportionate allotment, because if a shareholder has applied for this much and he would have got this much allotted number of the shares, so the proportion, this proportion we will be using it to calculate actually the allotted number of the shares for this 320 shares. Okay, so this is what we call it as a proportionate allotment. Either you can do it in the form of the ratios as well. Okay, you can 1,60,000 and 80,000, you can actually find out its ratio, you can calculate it as well, or you can go for this as well. This formula is created for as based upon the unitary method. Like a person has applied for 1,60,000 shares and allotted is this much. So if a person has applied for 320 shares, so what is its allotted number of the shares? is equals to x, then we used to cross multiply it. Got it here? That's what we are doing in unitary method, you know. Same unitary method, it has been just converted into the form of the formula. That is its derivation. Okay, so allotted, let's find out how to calculate it. So allotted is how much? Those who cannot understand that basic logic can follow this. Okay, allotted as per this category number 1, because it belongs to this category, is 80,000. Got it here? Applied is how much? You know, 1,60,000 into defaulter share stands for, you know, the shareholder, you know, that is actually who is not making the payment for any certain installment. That is here is 320 shares. A shareholder holding 320 shares did not pay the first call. Okay, so let's calculate this and let's find out. So we will be getting here as how much? That is, okay, that is 160. Okay, we will be getting here as how much? That is actually 160. It means a shareholder has applied for 320 shares, but actually the company has allotted to him only 160 shares. So hence we will be doing, or we will be calculating the calls in arrears based upon this 160 shares, not the 320 shares. Remember, so applied will never used in the question while doing the journal entry. Okay, so applied will never used in the question while doing the journal entry. We will be using the allotment only. So here this as per this working, it is clear that a shareholder is being allotted with 160 shares only, and you know, he didn't pay the first and the final call. Hence the calls in arrears. Got it, children, here? Hence the calls in arrears for first and final call. Okay, it's going to be as how much? 160 into, got it here? 160 into, what is the first and final calls value? 3. Okay, so if you will calculate it, we will be getting 480 is going to be the calls in arrears for the first and final call. Okay, 480 is going to be the calls in arrears for the first and the final call. Now we have calculated the value of the calls in arrears through this way. Now we will be doing it or we will be substituting this value in the journal entry. Okay, this is the next thing we are going to do here, children. Actually, after the entry number 4, now we are here with the entry number 5, that is for the first and final call. Okay, so therefore the journal entry for the first and final call is going to be share first call account debit. As you know, this is a journal entry we are passing it for, that is actually the first call being made due. So share first call account debit to share capital. Okay, this is the journal entry we are going to have, share first call account debit to share capital. You know that we will be continuing the question with that of the issued number of the shares. Hence the issued number of the shares comes here is 1 lakh into, what is the value of the first call? That is 3. So it's going to be here as how much? That is 3 lakhs. Okay, so the amount to be received in the share first call is how much, children? That is 3 lakhs. And now the next here it comes after that, here is actually the receipt for the first call, because if we have made it due, so therefore next it comes is that we should also receive it. So for the receipt, the journal entry is going to be, as you know it, bank account, you know, it's going to be bank account debit to share first call. It's going to be what? That is the bank account debit to share first call account. You know this? In this very particular case, bank account debit to share first call. The main thing here it comes is, you know, therefore the two things we need to do, take care of it while passing this journal entry. The first important thing here it comes is that there is a calls in arrears. We have calculated and we kept it over. The calls in arrears is how much? That is 480. And apart from this here, the thing comes is, like actually in case of the share cap first call, you know, though we are supposed to receive 3 lakhs, but already, you know this, we have already, you know, adjusted 60,000, means we have received well in advance 60,000 earlier. So therefore this 60,000, you know, we have to deduct it from the value of the 3 lakh, because we received it earlier. Now we are not going to receive it. Hence actually the amount due to be received here is going to be as how much? It's going to be 3 lakhs minus 60,000. So it will be How much here, children? It's going to be here 2,40,000. And out of the 2,40,000, now we can see here from the question that there is a calls in areas, okay? And this calls in areas which we are having, it's a loss for the company because the company is not able to receive it on the time. So therefore, as it's a loss for the company, therefore it has to be debited by opening the calls in areas. So we'll write on the debit side is what? By calls in areas account debit. Okay, it's written on the debit side. I mean, we are supposed to write down as what? That is calls in areas account debit. Hence, the journal entry is bank account debit, calls in areas account debit to share first call. What is the value of the calls in areas we have calculated? That we will be writing it over here 480. So therefore 2,40,000 minus 480 is the amount finally and eventually which we are going to receive in the bank. So therefore how much is the amount we will be having it here? We will be receiving there in case of the bank. It's going to be as how much? 2,39,520. Okay, so finally in the bank the amount to be received is how much? 2,39,520. Now children, the first and the final call is the last call, and after that the company decided to forfeit the shares of this very particular shareholder. So let's pass a journal entry for the forfeiture. Okay, you know that the journal entry for the forfeiture is what? That is share capital account. Okay, it's going to be what? Share capital account debit to, that is forfeited shares account credit. Then two calls in areas. Calls in areas means actually that particular installment for which we have not received the amount. And you know it, that is actually your share first and final call. Okay, so that's the reason I'm writing down here share first and final call. So let me write down. Actually, the value for the share first and final call, that's we kept it calculated over here. The same thing should appear. So share first and final call I have written here is 480. Now, so children, how many shares are being forfeited? You know it. That is allotted number of the shares, for which there is a default in the payment, that is forfeited. So therefore 160 into the total face value of the shares, it's going to be as how much? Into 10. So therefore in front of the share capital the amount will be how much? That is 1600. Okay, got the fact? Now the next here it comes is what is the amount to be written in front of the forfeited shares. So forfeited shares basically means what? The amount which is already received by the company, by the shareholder, got it here, and which will be retained by the company, which won't be refunded, okay, which won't be returned to them, whether that the shareholder is paying the complete amount or not. So it's a gain for the company. Okay, so that's the reason here forfeited shares has been credited, and how much amount the company has already received from the shareholder which it going to retain with itself, that is, you can write down, that is actually the amount for the installment application and allotment which has already been received. Is not paying the calls. So therefore we have written the areas of the calls here 480, and the amount received is application and allotment, that we will be writing down over here. So therefore this can also be calculated this way, 1600 minus 480. Okay, because you can see only one item is missing, 1600 minus 480. So if we will do it here, so we will get the answer here. That is how much? That is, you can say that 1120. So the gain on the forfeiture here is what? 1,120 is the gain on the forfeiture. Now, the next year it comes as written, as you know, after the forfeiture, the company decided to do what? The company decided to reissue these shares at 15 per share fully paid up. Means its basic value, face value is 10, but it sold it in the market, it reissued it in the market and it got 15, okay, rupees as just when it reissued here. So the next journal entry after the forfeiture we are supposed to do is that is for that of the reissue. Actually, this is actually the journal entry for the reissue, you know it, children. So reissues journal entry here it comes as what? Bank account debit to share capital. Okay, the journal entry for the reissue is bank account debit to share capital. So in case of this journal entry, bank account debit to share capital means actually the company is selling it to the market and therefore it's receiving the amount. So the number of the shares which is forfeited can only be reissued. You know that the number of the shares comes here is how much? 160. 160 into what is actually the reissued value given in the question, that is given here is how much? 15. So it means 160 into 15, the company has received 2,400. Okay, and but what is its original paid up value? It's going to be 160 into 10. Okay, its paid up value is going to be here as how much? 160 into 10, it's going to be as 1600. Okay, it's going to be here as how much? 1600. Paid up means the full value of the full face value of the shares we are supposed to take it here. So 160 into 10, the full face value here it comes as how much? That is 1600. Okay children, so therefore hence actually you can, I mean that is bank account debit to share capital. We have written it here, that's how much? That is 2400 and 1600, but still you can find the debit and the credit, they are not matching with each other. Got it? And it means that the company has issued that is the shares for rupees 2400 and its original value is 1600. That means you can see it has issued it at a profit. Okay, it had issued it at a profit. So when the shares are issued at above the face value, we call it as a securities premium. So it means that is the 10 rupees face value shares are being sold at rupees 50 rupees face value. That means we are having a margin of or a gain of 5 rupees. Okay, so hence actually you can see it here, we will write down, okay, that is 2 securities premium. Got it? I mean this gain we are supposed to show it here as what? That is 2 securities premium. How much is the margin we are having? 160 into 5. Okay, so therefore 160 into 5 we are going to have it here. That means how much? 800. In other words, you can say that when you are not able to balance the debit and the credit, okay, so the debit minus credit, directly also you can write down the value 800 here, but logically it should be like this. So it means that while reissuing, the company has got a benefit of how much? That is 800. So therefore which has to be transferred to its securities premium account. Now finally the last thing here it comes is what, children? So the last thing comes here is like actually what is the gain on the forfeiture ultimately that the company is having at the end. So for this very purpose, the last entry we will be passing here, you know it very well, it is called as forfeited shares. Okay, it is called as the forfeited shares account debit to capital reserve. Okay, so you know that in the previous forfeiture journal entry, if you will talk about, we had the value as how much in the forfeiture shares, that's a gain on the forfeiture as how much? 1120. Got it here? And we don't have any loss, we are not having any loss here in the reissue. Okay, so therefore we need not to just actually compensated with that. So in such a situation, finally the whole gain of the forfeiture which we have received in the previous entry of the forfeiture, and the amount is 1120, will be transferred as the final gain to the capital reserve. So therefore the value to be transferred here to the capital reserve is how much? That is 1120. Okay, it is how much? That is 1120. So this is the last part and the last section of the question. Here it comes as finally that is to transfer it to the capital reserve.